Welcome to Legal English Tips. Today we'll be looking at the difference between two different words which are often confused. The first word we'll look at is court. Courts are part of the legal system. They have different levels. We have the first instance, which is your trial court, or sometimes known as the district court in the federal area. Then we move on to the second instance, which is the Court of Appeals or appeals courts. And then you move on to the superior courts or the Supreme Courts. In the courts, the decisions are legally binding, which means if you don't adhere to them or follow what the judge decides, you can go to jail or you can pay a fine, things like that. The other word that a lot of people confuse is tribunal. Now, tribunal is usually used in the arbitration area or mediation, if you prefer. So you might have an arbitration tribunal for a labor dispute, and the decision that is made there by 1, 3, or sometimes even 5 impartial parties, usually former judges or maybe some lawyers, is not legally binding, let's say. It should have the same weight, but quite often a decision that's made in an arbitration tribunal then moves into a court to make it a legally binding decision. So you can see there is a bit of a difference between how binding the decisions are. Tribunals are usually outside of the legal system, and they move into the legal system to make the decisions from the tribunals to make them more official, let's say. Don't make the mistake of mixing up courts and tribunals.